Friday Night Rivals, presented by Walk-On Sports Bistreaux, is coming to you live from Gene Cox Stadium in Tallahassee, Florida, where tonight's matchup is the Rickards Raiders hosting the Wakulla War Eagles. Hi, everybody. I'm Ben Cinco. Emily Peters is our sideline reporter and will be joining us shortly. And with me in the booth, helping me call the action, as always, is Eric Llewellyn. Eric, let's just jump right on into it. What are your keys for each team tonight if they want to be able to win this ball game?
Well, I think for Rickards, we saw them last week against Childs, and a game that really was much closer than I think the final score indicated. Got that way because I think their defense just wore out. I think the offense has got to have some sustained drives, get the defense off the field. Defense is an excellent unit. As far as Wakulla, they've got to continue doing what they've done, and that's play mistake-free football. 24 touchdown passes this year for Hayden Cleese. He does not yet have an interception, and if they keep that up here tonight, I think they win.
So you kind of mentioned one key player, but is that your key player? I don't look at these things anymore. I like to be surprised. So give us your key players for each team tonight.
Well, I'm actually going with Cameron Brinson as far as Wakulla goes. Look, the guy's got 9 touchdowns already in just 5 games. He is obviously the engine for that Wakulla offense. And as far as Rickards goes, it's Camarian battles. And I think he's a key to try to get their offense to have those sustained drives. If he has a good night, they'll be able to do that, get their defense some rest.
All right, thank you, Eric. Well, the exciting Friday Night Rivals action kicks off next on Tallahassee CW.
Welcome back to Gene Cox Stadium in Tallahassee, Florida. Ben Cinco, Eric Llewellyn with you, and the third member of our team is Emily Peters. She's on the sideline. Emily, how are you this evening?
I'm doing well, Ben. Thank you so much for asking. And the Wakulla War Eagles are also doing well. They're 5-0 on the season, but they are certainly not getting complacent with their undefeated record. I spoke with offensive line coach Trey Pettis, and he said this team is playing with a certain chip on their shoulder. He said it's especially apparent to me because I was an opponent of them last year, and they were good, don't get me wrong, but this year, seeing them from the home side, they are exuding a certain fire out of their bellies, and it's been very exciting for him to watch. He said, we approach every game with the same fight to win, and we are not settling with 5 wins.
Great, Emily. Thank you so much. We're about to get things kicked off. Rickards coming into this ball game with a 2-3 record. There's head coach Scott Cleese there looking on as his team comes to this ball game with a 5-0 record. Coaches, you can see right there, had a very successful 18 years with this team. 5-0 last year. Started out very well. Hayden Cleese, the star quarterback, got hurt. They kind of limped into the postseason, lost their first games. They definitely feel like that they had a mission to accomplish last year, didn't come through. Feel a lot better this year.
And we had their closest game of the season so far. We had that 21-17 win that they had over Childs in week 1, and they really haven't played. Last week, Mosley was the next closest game, and that was a 17-point victory by Wakulla. So they have been playing very well.
Here's the awards for you kickoff. Awards for you: encourage, recognize, celebrate. That kickoff fielded at about the 1-yard line. Fair catch. Start things off for Wakulla on offense. Get a look there at Cameron Brinson.
Get an offsides call on Rickards.
Oh, okay. So we'll bring that back.
So kick again from the 35.
So it'll be Cameron Brinson and Nehemiah Chandler back to return this kickoff. Irving Menjivar is the kicker for Rickards. Beautiful evening for football. Not hot. A little overcast. Menjivar puts his left foot into the kick. End over end. Fielded about the 6-yard line by Brinson. Brinson getting quickly to the 30 and down about the 33-yard line. That's where the War Eagles will set up shop. Start their first drive of this ball game.
Talked about that Hayden Cleese injury last year, and obviously this year he's been healthy, and that's made a big difference for him.
Here's tonight's Walk-On Sports Bistro starting lineup for the Wakulla War Eagles. Hayden Cleese, Jeremiah Thomas, Jed Hoffman, Cameron Brinson, Delvin Zanders, Jesse Turner, Dalton Avery, Donnell Gay, Colson Pippin, Kane Tucker, and Mason Blair, your starters for the War Eagles. 1st and 10. They're on 34-yard line. Pop pass. Delvin Zanders going to be down just a little bit behind the original line of scrimmage. Credit Rickards for a tackle for loss of a yard. And here's the Walk-On Sports Bistreaux starting lineup for the Rickards Raiders defense. Jacoby Gilbert, Samontre Paramore, Terrence Coleman, Jalen Wiggins, William Hadley, Tariq Walker, Douglas Jones, Teron Adderley, Xavier Jackson, Amari Freison, and Miles Duggins. 2nd and 11 for the War Eagles. Play action. Cleese completion to Brinson. Brinson able to get past the sticks for a War Eagles 1st down.
So Sanders touched the ball in the first play with that jet sweep coming around the end. And then they go to Cameron Brinson. And those are two guys. We talked during the Childs game back to start the season. Teams a lot of times will focus on Brinson. Still don't have success in shutting him down, but you have to worry about Sanders as well.
That play was good for an Anderson Hart 1st down. Next play, Cleese going deep, trying to hit Brinson, just not able to make the connection. So 2nd and 10.
In that Mosley game last week, it's at 17-point. It was actually a 24-point game. And you had Brinson and Zanders combined for 5 touchdown receptions in that one, and right around 350 total receiving yards between the two of them.
2nd and 10, handoff through the middle, and quickly Gabe Carter able to get down into Rickards territory. For another Anderson and Hart 1st down. Anderson and Hart, because you matter. Get a good look. Nice hole by the War Eagles O-line. They're able to fall ahead to the 37-yard line of Rickards. 1st and 10 from there. Please. Takes the hand off to Carter. It's dead. Hits Bradley Kelly, I beg your pardon, Delvin Zanders out of the backfield. Zanders still able to get downfield for a touchdown for the War Eagles.
That's Zanders' 9th touchdown reception on the season, which ties him for the team lead with Brinson. Again, if you try to focus too much on Brinson, they'll use Zanders and really make you pay for that. And we saw the speed of Zanders there. Just takes that little swing pass from Hayden Cleese. Beat a defender to the corner and then cut it up the field. Broke a couple of tackles in the process and then outran a guy.
Cleese to Zanders, 38 yards. That's good for a Weston Trawick touchdown. Weston Trawick building, connecting, powering 24/7. Extra point is up and good. Just like that, Wakulla leads this ball game. 7-0, 10-13 to go in the first. We'll go ahead and keep things here. Gene Cox Stadium in Tallahassee, Florida. So glad to have you with us here tonight. Mentioned before, we saw this Rickards Ball Club last week taking on Childs. You said in the opener they were tied. It was 7-0 ball game at the half. Wore down in the second half, wound up being a 24-0 contest. But you're right, it was closer than the score reflects.
Well, there were only 2 good offensive drives in that game by Childs. They kicked the field goal and the last touchdown they scored were both by way of offensive drives. Rickards' defense, I thought, was excellent last week. Both teams in that matchup were excellent on defense last week. And it was just the Rickards offense could never get things going against that Childs defense. And I think, again, for them to have success tonight, they're going to have to get their defense off the field, give them a break.
Yeah.
But right now, that offense is going to start in a 7-0 hole right here after that Sanders touchdown.
Here's the awards for you, kickoff awards for you. Encourage, recognize, celebrate. That's going to be an onside kick. And it's going to be recovered by Rickards. Nice job by the hands of Antonio Giddens.
They're going to get 15 on top of that return as well. They're going to get called for unnecessary roughness with a late hit out of bounds. I guess technically that would be personal foul, late hit out of bounds, not unnecessary roughness, but it seems like it's unnecessarily rough.
I agree with you.
Antonio Giddens, one thing, and I know they'll tell him this too when he gets over to the sidelines, it seemed like he was waiting on that ball. He's got to come up and attack that on that onside kick. Wakulla was waiting on that ball to go 10 yards. He's got to come up and attack instead of waiting on that ball to come to him.
Here's a good look at Coach Quentin Lewis looking at his Rickards Raiders team. They're going to start their first drive off of the ball game from the Wakulla 37-yard line, 1st and 10.
It's an illegal formation by Rickards. They don't have enough guys on the line of scrimmage, but
handoff will be to Camarion Battle. So despite the formation issue, Battle's able to get ahead for about 5. Here is the Walk-On Sports Bistro starting lineup for the Rickards Raiders offense. Benjamin Henry, Camarion Battles, Marion Wilson, Tyson Saylor, Jay-Sean Frazier, Jalen Wiggins, Kenyon Gardner, Janazareth Morgan, Tavares Shelton, Colin Gilliam, and Judah Randall. 2nd and 6 to go for Raiders.
Twins were to the left. Oh, now
nice snap.
Yeah. Quarterback was not prepared for that, but I was just about to say this formation, Twins are to the side nearest us, nearest the camera, to the right side. And this time they did have one guy up on the line of scrimmage and one guy back off the line. Last play, they had Twins to the left. And the line of scrimmage was the 38. Both the receivers on the left side, on the Twins side, were back at the 40-yard line. So one of them needed to be up on the line of scrimmage, and that was not caught by the officials.
So 2nd and 11 for the Raiders from their own 38-yard line. Henry with Battles in the backfield. Battles will take the handoff. Gets through the line for a gain about a yard. It'll be 3rd and 10. Here's the Walk-Ons Sports Bistro starting lineup for the Wakulla War Eagles defense. Marcus Gardner, Herschel Blackman, Antonio Egleton, Jordan Tanner, Brandon Burton, Tanner Lanier, Brady Jackson, Avian Thomas, Nehemiah Chandler, Devontae Roberts, and Owen Cleese. 3rd and 10. Going to be a running play. Ball out to about the 33-yard line.
Battles had a little trouble handling that handoff, but got it under control before he got to the line of scrimmage. And I'm sure Rickards' strategy on this one is you got 2 plays to get 10 yards, probably not going to punt in that 30-yard line to 35-yard line range. So they went at that with the idea of 2 plays for 10 yards.
That was good for 4. It'll be 4th and 6. Benjamin Henry, Battles, Camarion Battles next to him in the backfield. Henry tried to make the quick pass to Jay-Sean Frazier, was not able to pull it in. It'll be a turnover on downs.
Now, I don't know whether Frazier was too late turning his head or if Henry threw that ball too early, but that one got right to him right before he could get his head turned around and full chance to catch it.
All right, well, we will show you the next drive after the break. Your score, Wakulla 7, Rickards 0. So Wakulla will start their 2nd drive, 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line. Turnover on downs by Rickards. Please, looking for receiver Gabe Carter in the middle of the field, just a little bit behind him.
Yeah, they had him right down the seam. Carter looked back over his right shoulder. The ball came over the left shoulder. Going back to Rickards, that's the right call. 4th and 6 in that situation with the ball where it was. 33-yard line. That's the right situation. Down 7-0. Go for it there. Take a shot at it rather than punting it for what could be a net 10 to 12-yard punt.
Gabe Carter takes the handoff, goes through the middle. I don't know if they're going to catch him. 15, down to the 7-yard line. Huge play for Wakulla.
Good job by Terrian Adderley, not giving up on that play and catching him from behind to save the touchdown.
A 65-yard gain there for Gabe Carter. puts the ball into the Esposito Lawn and Garden Center red zone. Esposito is the area's most progressive garden center. 1st and goal for Wakulla. Sion Ramson checks into play, running back. You can imagine Gabe Carter might need a breather after that long run.
Not sure what we've got going on down here. It looked as though maybe they didn't have the right football out there, but now, yeah, that's what it is.
Play clock gets reset.
So they've got the right ball out there, and now McCullough will go with 1st and goal.
He's feeling some pressure, rolling to his left. Sees a receiver in the back of the end zone. Touchdown, War Eagles. That time, Nehemiah Chandler was the receiver.
Cleves was looking for Brinson on the slant to the right side, but he was very well covered. Good job by Cleves there, moving out of the pocket, picking up a receiver in the end zone.
Touchdown is good. They're going to call unsportsmanlike conduct against Wakulla.
That'll be walked off on the kickoff. I didn't see what happened on that, why that flag came out.
Let's get a look here.
See the Brinson up top on the slant. He was actually double covered, and that was what forced Cleese out of the pocket.
Extra point is up and good. Their score, Wakulla 14, Rickards 0. One more look at the touchdown.
See him looking for Brinson, but sees that he's covered. Good decision there by Cleese to not try to force a throw in that situation, and there's what the penalty was right there, the little extra celebration, that spin of the football there is what drew that flag.
It was Chandler's 5th touchdown reception of the season.
'26 touchdown pass the year for Hayden Cleese without an interception. He had 130 passes coming into the game tonight, 130 pass attempts, and yet to throw that first pick of the season.
Definitely one of the most talented quarterbacks in the Big Bend area. Last I heard, he was committed to Sanford. So after that, the Weston Treywick touchdown, Cleese to Chandler. Wakulla will line up for the awards for you kickoff. Luis Quintanilla. Kickoff is from their own 25-yard line after that 15-yard penalty. At the 25-yard line to the 40, 45, midfield to the 40, 35, and out of bounds. Nice run there. Kamarian Battles.
Battles hurdled his own guy in the middle of that return. Had Antonio Giddens, who was down the field. He had been blocking and went down on the turf, and Battles hurdled him. Should get a good look at it here. There it is.
Great camera work.
Edwin Moses there for you. Guess I could have used a football player as well. Willie Galtz, Ronaldo Nehemiah. Skeets.
So the Warriors will start with good field position here at the, I'm sorry, I beg your pardon, the Raiders will start with the ball at the Wakulla 35. We still do have a player down on the field, so we're pending that getting taken care of before we start action. There's Quentin Lewis looking on.
Maybe Giddens, who we just saw get hurdled on that play after throwing a block and ended up on the turf. It may still be him down on the turf now. See, I don't see 24 standing up anywhere, so I think that is Giddens.
Well, we'll go ahead and send it to break. We'll catch up on the other end of this break. 7:06 to go in the first quarter. Your score, Wakulla 14, Rickards 0 on the Barineau Heating and Air Friday Night Rivals, presented by Walk-On Sports Bistro. Welcome back to Gene Cox Stadium, Tallahassee, Florida. Antonio Giddens was able to get up walk off the field on his own power. Glad to see that.
And
Get a look at the pre-play huddle. Also get a look at the Gibbons got hurt. There he is, 24.
oh,
Oh no.
yeah, that's
I don't like to see that.
well, and that should be 15 on Wakulla, but it wasn't called there.
So 1st and 10 for the Raiders at the War Eagles 35-yard line. Camarian Battles takes the handoff to the left, able to get through the line and falls ahead for about a 12-yard gain. Anderson and Hart first down. Great job by the O-line to open some room up for him. Wakulla 24-yard line. Henry from the pistol will hand off to Battles again this time. Met at the line, brought down for a gain of about a yard. 2nd down from there.
Battles by far the leading rusher for this Rickards ball club. Held in check last week by the Timberwolves. Had that game at Childs.
2nd and 9. Will not happen. Flag on the play.
It's going to be on Rickards, I believe, yes. Procedure penalty on the Raiders.
2nd and 14.
Jalen Wiggins in at H-back. Outstanding two-way player for Rickards.
Battles follows his lead, still on his feet as he gets down into the Esposito's Lawn and Garden Center red zone. Ball's going to be marked right at the 17-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 3 from there.
It was a good block by Wiggins, but even better job running the football there by Camarian Battles. Got through that line, kept the feet churning after contact, made some extra yards and turned this into a manageable 3rd down play. Doing check with me here. And they're going to get called for a procedure.
We have number 3 of them for the evening on the legal procedure calls.
They're saying one of the linemen had his hand down, picked it up, and then once you put that hand down as a lineman, you're stuck in that position. If you're up in the 2-point stance, you can move your body around, you can do all sorts of stuff. Once you get that hand down, you can't pick the hand back up again.
Now 3rd and 9. Ball placed at the Wakulla 24-yard line.
Chris Turner checking in. Wiggins coming out as they go 4 wide.
Henry looking for a receiver into the end zone. Not able to make that completion. Trying to get the ball to Jay Sean Frazier. And 9. Looks like the Raiders offense will stay on the field.
But too much on that one, but he may have just been throwing that one away too. 3rd and 9. Rather than throwing one up in the end zone and maybe throwing a pick there, better off overthrowing that. If the guy can't get it, you still have another down if you want to go for it on 4th down, which is what they're going to do.
Frazier goes in motion. Benjamin Henry looking for something. Instead of seeing a receiver open, he sees a Wakulla defender able to bring him down. That was Brandon Burton with the sack.
Yeah, if nothing else, you've got to get rid of the football there. Can't take a sack. You do want to hang on to it a little bit longer in that situation to make sure you see everything that could develop down the field, but the last thing you can do there is take the sack, because you just essentially you're turning it over on downs and adding 10+ yards onto that field position for Wakulla.
So water break called on the field. Balls placed at the Wakulla 34-yard line. That's where they'll start things off after this break for water. Glad you can join us tonight. exciting action next week. I'll tell you what, when the season started, kind of didn't think much of this game. You thought for next week, Leon versus Lincoln, but it means a lot now this season. Check out some of the smiling faces on our Liberty Dental Plan Smile Cam, making members smile one smile at a time with the Liberty Dental Plan. Good look at the Blazers band. Hayden Cleese and the War Eagles offense will start things off for their third drive of the game. Cleese rolls to his right, good protection, firing the ball downfield, trying to get it to Sammer Brinson. Not able to bring it in. Double covered. Got a hand on it.
A little bit too much air under that one. Got to get that ball a little more on the line. Hung up there a little too long and allowed Rickards to get another man over there. When Brinson first broke for the post there, he had separation. Might have hung up a little too long. Also might have been thrown just a tad too late there by Cleese.
2nd and 10 for the War Eagles. Play dead. Delay of game being called on Wakulla. Scott Cleese looking for his best 2nd and 15 play. Gabe Carter in the backfield next to Hayden Cleese. Carter will take the handoff. Heck of a job to get by the defenders, able to get ahead for about a gain of 6. He's looked impressive tonight carrying the ball.
And he has good penetration there by Rickards. But he was able to evade and at least get past the line of scrimmage, and a little bit of a gain on there. At least got back to the original line of scrimmage from this start of this set of downs.
3rd and 10. 4 receivers. The back next to Cleese is Gabe Carter. Cleese, complete. Still on his feet. Into Raiders territory, out of bounds at the 41-yard line. Sammer Brinson.
This tackle, Brinson getting yards after the catch there. And then it was Xavion Jackson coming over and making the stop, getting Brinson out of bounds there.
Great job of making the defender miss him. Spins around, able to get about 15 more yards.
He's just going to the down marker there and turning around. Cleese delivered it on a rope.
Another whistle, another flag. False start going to be called against the War Eagles. 3:16 to go in the first quarter.
A lot of penalties here in this first quarter. Both sides.
Ball now at the Rickards 48-yard line. Be 1st and 15 from there. Low snap. Cleese able to catch it. Trying to hit Brinson. Just not able to get there. A little too much on that one, too.
Yeah, good pressure that time by Rickards' front 4. A lot of credit to Hayden Cleese standing in there on that, even though he knows there's going to be contact. Delivered it. Good job also by Rickards, seeing the quarterback there exposed and not taking that extra shot and getting the yellow flag thrown on him there.
2nd and 15. Carter up the middle. 6-yard gain on that one. For a guy that, I mean, he hasn't carried the ball that much for them this season. I don't even have him on my stat list, so he's got less than 9 carries on the season coming into this ball game, but he's done a great job so far for Wakulla. 3rd and 9. He's with a hard count, trying to get the Rickards Raiders offside. Not biting on that one. Play clock down to 12.
Well, you're one, it's the hard count to try to see if you can get them to jump off sides. You're also seeing if Rickards will kind of show their hand a little bit with a lean, any kind of movement. They're trying to see if Rickards will show their hand, and then the quarterback's looking to the sidelines. They call check with me, looking to the sidelines for another play to come in. And that time, Wakulla ends up calling the timeout instead of sending another play into Cleves.
Scott Cleves will get together with Hayden Cleves and the Wakulla War Eagles offense. Meanwhile, on the Rickards sideline, talk things over. Try to figure out how to stop this War Eagles on this 3rd and 11. Emily Peters on the sideline. What you got for us?
Guys, you mentioned Hayden Cleves staying in the pocket, using his eyes and staying in there just a little bit extra long, taking those hits. And I spoke with his father, head coach Scott Cleves, a little bit earlier in the season, and he said, you know, he does take those hits, and I don't know if it was the father in him saying this, but he says, I wish that I could get him to release the ball just a little bit quicker, but he is very athletic, so I trust him in the pocket.
Thank you, Emily.
That's actually the coach saying that. The father would be like, yeah.
3rd and 11. Hayden Cleves looking for a receiver, trying to get the ball. Makes the connection. Oh! Tell you what, Delvin Sanders looked like he had that thing, but he came down and was not able to bring it in long enough to call that a completion.
I believe it was Adderley who got a hand in there. He was able to knock that one out for Rickards. Yeah, it was Adderley on the coverage, and good job by him in getting a hand on that football, knocking it loose.
So the War Eagles offense will stay on the field, 4th and 11 from the Rickards 42.
Another timeout by Wakulla. So they've used 2 timeouts here in the first quarter.
This Wakulla team we mentioned earlier, coming in 5-0, started things off this season on Friday Night Rivals at Childs, won that ball game 21-17. Then went down to Orlando to play a team from San Francisco. It was Balboa. Wound up winning that one 41-0, followed by a win against Monroe 48-7. Then beat Seminole County 52-7. Last week over Mosley 45-21. Tonight against Gene Cox Stadium. Emily, have more for us?
Yeah, I'm down here by the Rickards Raiders sideline, and I tell you what, guys, we're going to hear from their athletic director, Earl Hankerson, a little bit at halftime, but he is over here, and I did a double take. He is like a coach. He is shouting over at the team. He's helping them get into position, and he is really doubling as a coach right now.
Well, thank you, Emily. You saw the play. 4th down, trying to get the ball to Nehemiah Chandler, not able to make that completion. Turnover on downs. Big play for, there's Earl Hankerson right there. Excited to see his defense come up there on the 4th down play. Turnover on downs.
Good job by the Rickards defense. Now that offense has to take care of things here. Get down there and score a touchdown here, and you're right back in this ball game.
They've had the ball, very good starting field position. Each of their drives tonight, just not able to result in points, just turnovers on downs. So 1st and 10 at their own 42. Henry looking for a receiver. Oh, Nehemiah Chandler almost able to pick that ball off.
I'm not sure if that was for Frazier or for Chris Turner. He had both of them down there. Sorry. Yeah, Frazier or Turner.
Chandler had that touchdown reception not too long ago.
They were both in the line of that pass.
Ooh, if he caught that.
Yeah, but did he overthrow Frazier or did he underthrow Turner?
2nd and 10. Battles will take the ball, get through the line, falls ahead for a gain of about 4 yards on that play. To be 3rd down from there.
Sticking with the 4 wide here.
3rd down, ball at Rickards' own 45-yard line. Henry feeling some pressure, rolls to the right, hits Frazier. Let's see where they're going to mark this thing, right out about where the 1st down marker is.
Yeah, might see a measurement here in this one. Nope, they're going to move the marker.
Stick, so nice job, Henry, to get the ball to Jay Sean Frazier. For Anderson and Hart, 1st down.
And that's a really good job there by Frazier. Still having an idea where those sticks are.
Battles takes the handoff. Falls ahead. Might have got a yard on that play.
Henry started to move on that play before on the first down. When they got the first down, he starts to break the pocket, roll to his right. Henry maintained the sticks while moving towards the sideline to try to break free, and he did exactly that. Henry was able to find him.
Second down. Henry rolls to his right and will run out of bounds. Could be a loss of a couple yards there.
Tried to pump fake, swing pass to Frazier, and then they were going to try to look for the post. And there was separation on that post route, but protection broke down, and Henry had to get out of the pocket. So he wasn't able to stand in there and try to make that throw. I think it was Marion Wilson on that post route.
So all the yardage that Battles gained on his run gets negated. It's now 3rd and 10. Hand off to the motion man. Nothing doing, right? Great job there by the War Eagles to snuff out Tyson Saylor's run. They up a 4th down.
Wakulla's a pretty tough defense to try to do that. That east-west running, especially in a long yardage situation. They're able to drop that one for no gain.
So clock is ticking down. The game clock isn't running, so it looks like this might be the end of the first quarter. Rickards will huddle up on the sideline, try to figure out this 4th down play. We'll have that 4th down play for you when we come back. It's the Barineau Heating Air Friday Night Rivals presented by Walk-On Sports Bistreaux on Tallahassee's CW. Stay tuned for the Tallahassee Roofing Halftime Report. We'll have this week's Werner Hyundai and Werner Kia Scholar Athletes. Werner Hyundai and Werner Kia, the best way to buy a car is the Werner way. We'll also talk with tonight's participating school administrators, plus Thursday Night Lights and Friday Night Rivals highlights from across the country. All coming up in the Tallahassee Roofing Halftime Report. Tallahassee Roofing, we have you covered from the capital to the coast. So big 4th down play coming up for the Raiders. Ball at the Wakulla 47-yard line. 4th and 10. And it will not happen. We got Chris Turner out ready to punt this ball away. So false start will give Chris Turner about 5 more yards to work with on this punt. Got to see Turner last week against Childs, and each punt seemed he got better and better as the game went on.
Good punt.
A lot of air into this one. Fair catch call. It hits off the returner.
Oh, wow.
Huge play for the Raiders. Able to recover that muff.
Well, and I'm not sure what's going on with the return man there. He waved both his arms as if to tell everybody to get away from it.
And he didn't.
Well, there was none of his teammates were around him. The Raiders aren't going to listen to him on that.
Get a look. He's saying get away. And
Well, that's not a fair catch. So, and even if it was a fair catch, there's nothing wrong there done by Rickards. So that's just a fortunate break for the Raiders.
great job by Xavier Jackson to corral that ball. Huge play. Rickards going to take over. 1st and 10. Ball already inside the Esposito's lawn and guard center red zone. Ball right about the 12-yard line.
Speaking of punters, pretty good punter sitting at home watching this game. Keith Cottrell.
Oh, yes. 1st and 10. Battles. It's across the 10-yard line. That's about where they will call the forward progress. I definitely remember Keith Cottrell. I remember he was at one point was an assistant at Childs.
Yep. Punter on the 99 national championship team for Florida State.
Second down, Battles Going to get met in the backfield, brought down about the 14-yard line. Wow, heck of a play.
Herschel Blackman, great play there defensively for the Eagles. Getting into that backfield, making the tackle.
So they'll call him down at the 14. It'll be 3rd and about 13 from there.
Rickards calling timeout. That one came from Coach Quentin Lewis. We wanted to talk this one over. And really, you absolutely probably should use a timeout in this situation. You got 3rd and 12, down 14-0. Great field position here. So you've got to make a decision now because this changes what you're going to do. Are you going forward on 4th down here? Or are you, and if you are, then you don't need to call a 12 or 13-yard play. You need to pick up some yardage, make it 4th and manageable. If you're not going to go forward on 4th down, then you've got to try to call something that's going to get you 12 or 13 yards. So I think that timeout, it's two things. It's two-pronged. You want to get the right play, but you also want to get the right play according to what you think you're going to do in this situation.
And every drive the Rickards has had tonight has been a turnover on downs. They've progressed the ball. They've gotten to areas where they want to go for it on 4th down, and they just haven't been able to accomplish that. We'll see if they run into that situation here, if they're going to get it on 3rd down. Henry rolls to his left, feeling some pressure, going to keep the ball and out of bounds.
Well, good job on coverage by Wakulla. Their secondary had everybody locked down to that end zone, nowhere to go with the ball for Henry. And like you said, pressure there, and it was mainly coming from the backside. Herschel Blackman from that defensive end spot was chasing him down from behind. And you've got Henry, a right-hander, rolling left, full speed rolling left there. Really no chance for him to set up and throw, and nobody for him to throw to. Everybody was covered in the end zone.
Irving Menjivar comes out for the 29-yard field goal attempt. Pick is up. And good. Your score, Wakulla 14, Rickards 3. Go ahead and send the break. It's the Barineau Heating and Air Friday Night Rivals presented by Walk-Ons Sports Bistreaux. During the 4th quarter of tonight's game, we'll be selecting the Barineau Heating and Air Player of the Game. Barineau Heating and Air, we will always be there for you. Welcome back to Gene Cox Stadium, Tallahassee, Florida. Wakulla taking on Rickards. Ben Cinco, Eric Llewellyn, Emily Peters with you tonight. Glad you can join us. As Irving Menjivar gets ready to kick things off after a 29-yard field goal. Look at the cheerleaders. Cameron Brinson, Nehemiah Chandler back to return the awards for you. Kickoff goes into the end zone and a touchback. So good job by Rickards, able to come out of that drive with some points after so many drives tonight so far where they've had the ball, moved it well, but turned the ball over on downs without anything to show for it.
Well, and a pretty good break in there, too. Going back to one of my keys for the game, pretty good break in there, too, for the Rickards defense. They got the change downs there. They got the ball back to their offense. They didn't get a 1st down. They punted, but then got the fumble, took some time, and then got the defense some rest in that situation.
1st and 10. Hayden Cleese bounces the ball to Cameron Brinson. Incomplete.
Just a little quick pass, what we used to call a 3-step drop before the days of the shotgun, back when we had leather helmets and no face masks.
What was it like drinking out of the big water bucket on the sideline with the ladle, Eric?
Yeah.
Gabe Carter on a 2nd down hits his own man, brought down after 5 yards on that run. Once again, showing a heck of a job by Gabe Carter to tote the ball for Wakulla.
It's Jeremy.
Yet somehow you're still alive. There's a good look at At the Carter running into Delvin Sanders on that run.
Because I built up my immune system drinking from a hose.
Here you go. Third down. Quick pass. Heck of a job there by Rickards to stop the receiver right as soon as he caught that ball. It'd actually be a loss.
Last couple of passes have come out a little low out of the hand of Hayden Cleese. Bounced one earlier in this set of downs, and that one was catchable, but the receiver had to go down in order to actually make that catch, and not in a good running position in that case. And
once he made that grab, it was Miles Dugans there to bring him down. So fourth down, they're going to punt this ball away.
Rickards had too many guys on the field, but they're able to get the extra man off.
Frazier back there lets the ball bounce at the 50, and it caroms back.
Rickards bounce definitely there, and Rickards going to get the ball in good field position once again. Good 3 and out there for the Rickards defense. You know, there are some people that are entertained by 45 to 41 games. We had a defensive gem last week between two teams. And again, you had 14 points, a couple of touchdowns off of turnovers by Childs before they picked up a field goal and a touchdown late in that one to win it 24-0. But it's two very well-played games by two stout defenses, and we see Rickards' defense coming through there and giving the ball back to their offense.
Once again, Benjamin Henry at quarterback, looking for a quick pass. It is caught. Eludes the defender and keeps going past the first down sticks. That's Ja'Shawn Frazier. Good for a Barber's best termite and pest first down. We look at the completion.
Hitches and slants. I'd love an offense built around hitches and slants.
First and 10. Henry trying to get the ball downfield. Incomplete. Nice coverage there by Nehemiah Chandler on the intended receiver. Trying to get that to Tyson Saylor. It'll be second and 10. Ball from the 32-yard line of Wakulla. Henry will hand the ball to Battles. Battles gets through the line, still on his feet. Brought down right about the 25-yard line. Heck of a run there by Kamarian Battles.
That's a tremendous run by Battles. Initial contact, he thought he was going down right near the line of scrimmage, just past it. But he came out of that pile of bodies and picked up another probably 4 or 5 yards after he popped out of that pile.
Brady Jackson helping bring him down. 3rd and 2. Direct snap. Still on his feet is Kamarian Battles. Brings the ball into the Esposito's Lawn and Garden Center red zone. 1st and 10 from the 16-yard line.
Went wildcat there, put Kamarian Battles back there. Quarterback ran Henry off the field and let Battles just get that snap and pick a hole.
Nothing going on there for the Raiders. Heck of a job there by Devontae Roberts to make that play.
Again, it feels like the east-west stuff just isn't working tonight for Rickards. When they're having success on the ground, it's been between the tackles.
So 2nd and 10. Ball handed off to Battles. Battles does a great job. Spins, keeps on going. Goal to go now. 1st and goal for the Raiders.
Well, that's a great play call off the jet sweep, which they just got done running. So they brought the receiver in motion. Looked like they were going jet sweep again. Faked that and then handed it off to Battles. You had defenders pursuing the jet sweep in that, and Battles with a nice little spin move as he got through the line.
It'll be 1st and goal. Ball right about the 4-yard line. The snap bounces. Henry able to get it and hand the ball off to Battles.
Yeah, that's a good job picking up that snap by Henry. he doesn't field that one, that ball's going to squirt back and maybe go another 5 or 10 yards behind them for a big loss there. But Henry's able to scoop that one up off the turf and still get the handoff to Battles in time.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd and goal.
And really, with the way that started off, you're happy with no gain in that situation.
Another low snap. Battles once again takes the ball after Henry's able to pick it up off the turf.
Looked like he wanted to try to go over the top there, but Wakulla defender got arms on him before he could leave his feet.
Once again, Henry has to make a play with a low snap.
Yeah, we've got to fix that. Don't want to be battling that the whole game.
Another low snap. This time picked up off the ground and brought into the end zone for the Raiders touchdown.
Benjamin Henry, the quarterback, taking it across himself.
Good for a Weston Trawick touchdown. Weston Trawick building, connecting, powering 24/7.
Problem there is if you're the center, that kind of gets in your head. You know you've had those low snaps. You're trying not to overcompensate and snap one over the guy's head, and you're still rolling them back.
Irving Menjivar's extra point is up and good. Your score, Wakulla 14, Rickards 9. Barineau Heating and Air Friday Night Rivals presented by Walk-On Sports Bistreaux. Check out some of the smiling faces on our Liberty Dental Plan Smile Cam, making members smile one smile at a time with the Liberty Dental Plan. Raiders cheerleaders.
Something to smile about after that
right.
last drive by the Raiders. Now we've got a 4-point ball game. A couple of touchdowns quickly by Wakulla, but
the Raiders answer back with 10.
Raiders answer back with 10. A little luck on a turnover, and then nice drive after starting with good field position.
Nehemiah Chandler and Samron Brinson awaiting the awards for you kickoff from Irving Menjivar. End over end. Caught by Brinson at his 5. And brought down about the 26.
Yeah, I was about to
flag
say that,
down.
That felt like a flag was going to be coming. Arm or a hand on the face mask there when Brinson was taken down. That's going to cost the Raiders some yardage here. Face mask is the call.
Get a look at that right here. Yep.
Yeah, like I said, I
can't do it.
Yeah, I said hand or arm on the face mask, and it was the arm that got the face mask. There wasn't actually a gripping of the face mask in that case, but that's still, get the arm across it like that, that's still going to be a penalty any day at any level of football.
Players and the officials will take a break for some water. Stay tuned for the Tallahassee Roofing halftime report. We'll have this week's Werner Hyundai and Werner Kia Scholar Athletes. Werner Hyundai and Werner Kia, the best way to buy a car is the Werner way. We'll also talk with tonight's participating school administrators, plus Thursday night lights and Friday Night Rivals highlights from across the country, all coming up in the Tallahassee Roofing halftime report. Tallahassee Roofing, we have you covered from the capital to the coast. So Wakulla will start this drive up by 5.
If you're Rickards, do you have another stop in you here? 3 and out will get you decent field position and another drive before the end of the half.
Please, this time hands the ball off to Delvin Zanders.
Jalen Wiggins, good job shedding the block. And corralling Zanders there after about 3 yards. Big-time recruit Jalen Wiggins.
Handoff. Loss in the backfield. Nice job by the Raiders to get back there and bring the carrier down.
Penetration in the middle of that defensive front by Rickards. Dropping Wakulla for a loss there. And we got 3rd and 9 coming up here for the Eagles.
Raiders coming up big in the second quarter. Please. Looking for Nehemiah Chandler. Almost intercepted.
Xavier Jackson, center field on that safety help coming over, almost coming up with the interception. Might be better off that he didn't intercept that one. With the punt coming up now. More push-ups. Got to get your push-ups in. Build those muscles. They might end up with better field position after the punt, so that's why I say it might be better that he didn't hang on to that one. But a good job, again, playing center field from that safety spot.
Here's the punt. Good hang time there. Going to be fair caught at the Rickards 40-yard line.
It's about a dead even trade-off there between where the ball would have been if they make the interception and where they get the ball after the fair catch. So now you've got 3:04 left in the half if you're Rickards. Can you make it 3 series in a row? Good job by the Raiders defense.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I think they're getting a lot more help out of the offense this week than they did last week against Childs. That they've now held on to that football a few times. Give the defense a chance to rest. Defense has seemingly got their bearings after giving up 2 touchdowns to start this game.
Henry, low snap again, hands the ball at the Battles.
Yeah,
Hit for a loss in the backfield.
You had the low snap, and then I think miscommunication between Henry and Battles as to which way that handoff was going. Whether you were going to the right side of the quarterback or to the left side.
I'm amazed by how well Benjamin Henry has done on those low snaps.
Yeah.
The way a ball is, it's not meant to be easy to pick up off the turf. He's done a great job each of those low snaps. This one, good snap. Henry looking for receiver being held.
That's going to be interference. Yep, you called it, Ben. Handful of jersey there. And now Chayshawn Frazier needs to be careful he doesn't get called for an unsportsmanlike penalty. He let the defensive back for Wakulla, Devontae Roberts, know about the penalty call there, and just have to be a little careful. It'll be an automatic first down for Rickards. There's the jersey grab right there, clearly.
Great camera work once again. All season long, our guys and gals are doing a great job with the cameras.
Yep.
Raiders will now start. Let's see. Got to move the chains. Okay, the ball is down, but they need to move the chains. But be 1st and 10 from the Wakulla 48-yard line. High snap this time, handed off the Battles. And minimal gain on that play.
And I'm almost surprised it took that long to get the high snap. And again, I talked about that before. A lot of times you can have an overcorrection, and then to try to solve the low snap, you end up snapping one over the quarterback's head. It's almost like clockwork, too. So
it'll be 2nd and 10. Henry bobbled the snap a little bit, feeling some pressure, and throws the ball out of bounds.
I think Rickards got away with an illegal shift there. One of the receivers was moving before the snap and wasn't set when the ball was snapped.
Big third down play here for the Raiders. 4 receivers, 1 back next to Benjamin Henry. That's Kamarian Battles. 3rd and 10. Battles Henry looking for Battles on the sideline, but not able to make that connection.
Good protection that time by the Rickards offensive line. Rickards will send out the punt unit here. They're not going to be able to convert before the half.
Chris Turner will come out for his 2nd punt of the evening. Sanders reaches down, fields the punt, able to get the ball across the 21-yard line where he's brought down.
Now, will Wakulla try to do something here, or will they be satisfied with 14-10 going to the locker room?
They certainly have the firepower on offense to score with 1:17 left in the half. What you're right, are they going to go full guns a-blazing here, or are they just going to do some runs and melt the clock away? Hayden Cleese with 4 receivers, 1 back. Feeling some pressure, little screen. That's the back. Nice 20, 21, 22-yard gain. Made that one look easy. That's Gabe Carter once again out of the backfield making play. And
it's a high percentage play. Again, going back to that question, you're going to burn the clock and go to the locker room with that 14-10 lead or try to do something. You start off with a pretty high percentage play as far as getting the completion, and something opened up. Good blocking downfield by Wakulla for a big gain.
Good for a Barber's Best Termite and Pest first down. Cleese hits a wide open Samarian Brinson. Brinson able to get the ball out to the 30-yard line where he goes out of bounds.
Brinson kind of got lost in there in the zone by Rickards. Cleese was able to find him. Cleese knew where he was. I don't think Rickards did.
Samuel Brinson running out of bounds at the, actually they're going to mark it at the 28-yard line, 1st and 10 from there. Cleese fakes the handoff, hits Brinson again out of bounds at the 20. 2nd and 2 from there. 42 seconds to go in the first half. Great job by the War Eagles, able to move the ball down in just 3 plays to get down to the 20. Cleese feeling the pressure, brought down. Great job by the Raiders defense.
Jalen Wiggins.
Making his presence known.
Good size, good quickness, strong kid. 4.3 student, wants to be an engineer.
Engineered a loss right there. Be 3rd down.
Solid job there, Ben.
Thank you, sir. Timeout called on the field. You about a 3rd and 6. Things get started.
Last Wakulla timeout of the first half.
Yeah, definitely impressed with the way the Raiders are playing after tough loss last week. Not a whole lot went on well for them. I mean, the defense played hard when they could, but still got shut out. So can't feel good coming out of a ball game like that. You know, even though the defense played well, but doing well on both sides of the ball tonight. The big 3rd and 6 for the defense. 4 receivers, 1 back.
Wakulla was ready to go, but the referee had not started the game or the play clock yet.
Cleese rolling to his left. Heading toward the end zone, not able to make that completion. Trying to get it to Zelvin Sanders in the corner of the end zone.
I like that play. Sprint him out to the left and throw it to that corner. Hope the receiver gets there, but it's just a little bit too far out in front of Sanders.
So 4th down, the War Eagles will keep the offense on the field. 4th and 6. Play clock down to 8. Carter comes out of the backfield. Cleese rolls to his left. He's got a receiver in the end zone. It's a touchdown. Flag coming out after the touchdown. Heck of a job once again by Hayden Cleese to find Nehemiah Chandler in the end zone.
That's the second time Chandler's gotten an unsportsmanlike flag after scoring a touchdown. I think that's what that flag is.
And I'm sorry that took so long to get the touchdown out of my mouth. It was the very far end zone from where we're standing, and it's hard to see if he got in, and I couldn't find an official to see if there was a touchdown motion made. Get a good look here. Hayden Cleese rolling to his left. Nehemiah Chandler, great job bringing that ball in for a Weston Trawick touchdown. Weston Trawick, building, connecting, powering 24/7.
I do think that flag on that one is a little, I don't know, I didn't really see anything wrong there after the score by Chandler. The flag he got on the first touchdown, I understood. That one, I don't know that the little bit of celebrating he did there warranted a flag in that situation.
Well, they'll assess the penalty on this extra point. So Luis Quintanilla, will be helped out by an offside
and
call.
Give him 5 right back. Although Rickards is saying that Wakulla moved, but the referees or the officials are saying that it was offsides on Rickards.
Ball now placed at the 13 for this extra point attempt by Quintanilla. Kick is up. And good. Your score, Wakulla 21, Rickards 9. "19 seconds to go in this first half." Heck of a job there by Wakulla. Able to march the ball down very quickly to put some points on the board before the end of the half. Tyson Saylor and Jay-Sean Frazier back deep to field the kickoff. And here is the awards for you. Kickoff awards for you. Encourage, recognize, celebrate. Little dribbler going to be fielded by Frazier. Frazier able to get to the 40, to the 45, where he is brought down.
15 seconds still for Rickards. And they still have timeouts. So I think if you're Rickards, take a shot about somewhere between 10 to 20 yards down the field and then get you a shot closer to the end zone right before the half.
Henry rolls to his right and feels the pressure, throws the ball out of bounds. About 10 seconds to go in the first half.
Now you've probably got to get it as far down the field as you can on this one.
What does Scott Panvelt say? The pitchy woo-woo, he calls those plays. Henry bounces the pass to Jay-Sean Frazier, be incomplete.
We'll get another snap here on 3rd and 10.
Rickards once again, 4 receivers, 1 back next to Benjamin Henry. Henry again trying to get the ball to Frazier, this time able to make the completion, ball down to the 40. He's brought down, and that will be where the first half ends. Wakulla War Eagles lead this ball game 21-9. Emily Peters will be tracking down Scott Cleese on the sidelines. I'm sorry, Quentin Lewis on the sidelines. Emily.
Thank you, Ben. Coach Lewis, a solid second quarter for your team. How do you assess their performance?
All we have to do is keep fighting. We're doing all right. We can keep fighting. It's going to be a long game. We're going to nickel and dime our way down this football field and put some points on the board in the third quarter and then make it a game again. Our defense made some good stops. We just got to keep fighting.
What's the message to them in the locker room?
It's not over with yet. We done got their shot now. It's time for us to take our shot back at them.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, Emily. Thank you, Coach Lewis. We'll go ahead and send a break. We'll come back with our halftime show. It's the Barineau Heating and Air Friday Night Rivals presented by Walk-On Sports Bistreaux.
Hi, I'm Denny, General Sales Manager of Warner Hyundai in Tallahassee. We are proud to be part of this community and pleased to announce the Scholar Athlete of the Week.
This week's Scholar Athlete is Noah Alford. Noah has a 4.51 GPA and is captain of the varsity soccer team. He is a straight A student, dual enrolled with TCC, is vice president of NHS, and senior class treasurer. Congratulations, Noah.
Hi, I'm Paul Marmon, General Manager of Warner Kia of Tallahassee, and we are proud to be part of this community. It'll be our great pleasure to announce this week's Scholar Athlete.
This week's Scholar Athlete is Taylor Nance. Taylor has a 4.3 GPA and is captain of the cheer team. She is a member of NHS, is dual enrolled, has her own tutoring business, and volunteers with Pop Warner and FAMU in her free time. Congratulations, Taylor.
Welcome back to the Tallahassee Roofing Halftime Show. I'm Emily Peters, and I'm down here with Rickards High School Athletic Director Earl Hankerson. And we just saw you last week. Tell me a little bit about the athletics at Rickards.
Back again for another week. Hey, hopefully it'll be a different outcome this week. But yeah, our athletic programs are doing really well right now, particularly our #1 volleyball team for our in our division. And so they're probably off to the best start in school history, and we're just really excited about our volleyball team and all of our sports programs. We have a really great cross-country program that's going right now, our golf, our swim. Went to a bowling match the other day, and that was really, really exciting. And so we're doing some really, really great things with all of our programs at Rickards. Our swim senior night is coming up next week, so we're excited about that, and just looking forward to continuing the momentum that we are building here in Raiders Athletics.
And bowling is new for you guys, so that's great to hear. It's going well, too.
Yeah, bowling is new, and I got to get out there and bowl a couple rounds myself.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's talk about the academic side of these student athletes. Tell me about that at Rickards High School.
Yeah, our academics are as strong as anyone around. We offer several advanced placement courses. Of course, our renowned International Baccalaureate program is always a staple at Rickards. And I have the pleasure of operating our advancement via individual determination college preparatory program. So I've been doing that since 2009 at Rickards, helping young people get to college and going into the military and trade school and just having a plan when they leave Rickards High School. So that's always a joy and always the first thing that I look forward to doing.
That's so awesome, and I'm sure the students love your involvement, not just in the athletics, but in the academics, too. Thank you, Mr. Hankerson.
We try to have a good time. We try to have a good time. Listen, always, one nation, Raider Nation.
Welcome back to Gene Cox Stadium in Tallahassee, Florida. Ben Cinco, Eric Llewellyn, Emily Peters with you. Glad to be with us at the stadium and at home. Getting ready to get things kicked off here in the third quarter. Wakulla leading this contest 21-9.
Looks like they're set up for an onside kick here.
Good call. It is fielded cleanly, and the turner on his feet out to midfield makes Gabe Carter miss before he gets out of bounds. Heck of a job there by Demarion Jones, the up man. Camarion battles with the run there. taken out of bounds just a bit past the original line of scrimmage. It'll be second down from there.
Going back to that kickoff, Rickards seemed to know what they were doing as well. They had most everybody up near the 50-yard line on that and turned that little pooch attempt into a nice little return and good field position again.
Henry fakes the handoff, going to keep it looking downfield and not able to make the completion. Trying to get the ball to a Marion Wilson, just not able to succeed in that. Nehemiah Chandler on the coverage.
Good play action fake there, and it felt like Henry probably could run for a pretty significant gain. It's a pretty tight window to try to get that pass into.
Be 3rd and 10 for the Raiders. Henry feeling the pressure and brought down. Boy, had a lot of time back there. As a quarterback, you got to have that clock in your head because
that's a coverage sack. Certainly can't put that one on the offensive line. Henry didn't find anybody open. He needs to just either make a decision and tuck it and run or get rid of it. And
Avery and Eggleton combine on the sack. Eggleton down right there, feeling a little. During the fourth quarter of tonight's game, we'll be selecting the Barineau Heating and Air Player of the Game. Barineau Heating and Air, we will always be there for you. We got a play going on.
It's going to be a -yard punt. That ends up being a -13-yard punt. There's a flag, and I think it's going to be a hold on top of that. No, a hold on Wakulla.
Can we get a look at that?
Now, is the hold before the kick or is it after the kick here?
Quentin Lewis asking that same question right now. Get a look.
Just a dead shank and then took a terrible bounce for Rickards, but I think this is going to really be a huge break for Rickards.
Yeah, so they're marching this penalty off. Wow. Wow is right. So ball all the way down to the Wakulla 31-yard line.
Okay, so it's a spot foul, Wakulla's ball, but that ends up being, my goodness, that ends up being.
It's a 30-plus yard.
Yeah, I'm trying to count it off, and yeah, it's more than a 30-yard penalty on Wakulla.
Gabe Carter, another big run there for the War Eagles. 14 yards on the carry. Anderson and Hart first down. Anderson and Hart, because you matter. So ball's going to be placed at Wakulla's 44-yard line. 1st and 10 from there. 4 receivers. 1 back in the backfield next to Hayden Cleese. Cleese fakes the handoff to Carter. And not able to get the ball in the pass to Carter.
Late blitz there from Amari Freisen, and Cleese looked like they were trying to set up a screen, and Cleese threw it away. The screen wasn't there. Smart play by the veteran quarterback.
Cleese will hand to Carter. This time Rickards does a great job. I think that's the first time that Carter's been brought down for a loss.
Tyreek Walker, penetration and stop behind the line of scrimmage.
Loss of a yard, 3rd and 11, ball at Wakulla's 43-yard line.
It's a pretty stout defensive unit by Rickards. I know I've said that a bunch tonight. done a good job so far against a very potent Wakulla unit.
Please. Wiggins in his face, able to get the ball up. Oh, almost intercepted. Wow.
It was intercepted. It was intercepted off the tip.
Oh, my goodness.
Intercepted off the tip there.
Tyreek Walker.
So the interception was Jacoby Gilbert.
Let's see. Trying to get it to Carter.
Tip and pick. Now, did he step out of bounds there? Yeah, they did say he stepped out of bounds.
Oh, my gosh.
What a great job. Jacoby Gilbert staying with that one. And I think it was Tyreek Walker with the initial tip.
And that's where I quit watching. I saw the tip and him sliding out of bounds. I just figured it was incomplete, but behind him is where the interception was made.
That's the first interception this year by Hayden Cleese.
Oh, my gosh. Look at that.
Yeah, I mean, the ball's definitely caught. It's definitely an interception. Scott Cleese is out there arguing at the moment, and the officials are conferring, and now Quentin Lewis is going to come out and get an explanation here.
Gilbert getting to wear some swag on the sideline.
Well, now, they still haven't given him the interception here. They've got it at 3rd and 11. What is going on? This is not going to go Rickards' way, and I don't know what in the world they could be coming up with here.
Get a look at it again.
Did they just call it an incomplete pass?
There's the deflection.
I mean, that ball never hits the turf. But how is it still 3rd down again?
Yeah, that was 3rd down. So not only are they taking the interception away, they're still calling it 3rd down.
Did they say it was the play was dead, or I don't understand what they're doing here.
All right, so if you're a War Eagles fan, you are ecstatic about that play not happening, apparently. Well, there'll be a timeout now called.
Wakulla couldn't get personnel on the field. Quentin Lewis is hot, as you can imagine, and I don't at all blame him. And we don't have an explanation up here, and I don't understand any explanation that could tell us what just went on down there.
We'll go ahead and take a timeout here. When we come back, maybe it'll be sorted out on the Friday Night Rivals presented by Walk-On Sports Bistreaux. So I know our Emily Peters was down there trying to figure out what happened. Not sure if she did or not. They're saying interrupted inadvertent whistle is what they're calling that play. So play goes over 3rd down and 11. Cleese looking downfield, trying to get to Brinson, not able to pull in the ball.
So somebody must have blown the whistle after the tip, not realizing the interception. Well, that can't be it either, because if that's the case, then you just go with that's the end of the play and it's 4th down.
So maybe it was.
So there must have been a whistle before that.
Yeah.
Oof. Mm-hmm. That's bad.
Well, the Raiders are set up to receive a punt here. Owen Cleese will come out. Here's another look at that.
Well, if there's a whistle there, nobody stops.
Frazier lets the ball go. It is heading toward the end zone, but it will not make it. Wakulla's going to down that ball at the 1. Great job by the War Eagles special teams.
That's such a huge, huge sequence potentially in this game. And actually, the last look we got at that, one of the officials is waving his hands up in the air to stop the clock, as if stopping the play. And maybe he's reacting to a whistle. I don't know. I still, none of that makes any sense.
Well, so the Raiders get the ball, but unfortunately for them, it's at their own 1-yard line. So no interception. They force a punt. But one heck of a punt by Owen Cleese, and a great job by the War Eagles.
You talk about a big, big flip of field position there. You go from a turnover and ball around the 40-yard line to
low snap. Henry able to hand off the Battles. He does a great job of moving the pile all the way down to the 8-yard line. He's shown us so much more this week than we saw from him last week against Childs, the Camarian Battles we're talking about. 2nd and 3 here for the Raiders. The play will not happen. Flag. This will count against the Raiders. Ball spotted now at the 3-yard line.
Well, if you're Quentin Lewis, you've got to somehow get your team to get that terrible call out of their minds, which I don't know how you do it. I can't get it out of my mind up here, and I don't play for Rickards.
Battles this time gets bottled up, able to get to the line of scrimmage, not much further. Maybe, yeah, it doesn't look like they are going to move this ball. Battles' helmet comes off. He's going to have to force to come off for a play as well. So 3rd and 7 now for Rickards. Chris Turner checks in for the Raiders. Henry. Fire the ball downfield. Oh, he had him. Trying to get to Tyson Saylor, just not able to make the completion. He was open.
Yeah, threw it behind him there. And if you hit on that one, that's going to go for a long way because he had room to run there, did Tyson Saylor.
So 4th down, the Raiders punt team will come out.
Well, now you put your punter in there with his back up against the goalpost after he just had a negative 13-yard punt his last time out.
Rickards has a late check-in on their side.
Flag, delay game.
Half the distance penalty brings the ball to about the 2-yard line. Cameron Brinson back to return the kick for Wakulla. Turner. Line drive, fielded at the 40 by Brinson. Gets to the edge, down to the 25, about the 23-yard line where he heads out of bounds. Wakulla will start things off when we come back from this break. Your score, Wakulla 21, Rickards 9 on the Barineau Heating and Air Friday Night Rivals presented by Walk-On Sports Bistro. So the Wakulla War Eagles will start this drive at the Rickards 23-yard line after the outstanding punt return by Cameron Brinson.
But again, going back to that call, the difference in look at the difference in field position right here. Not even what it could have potentially been on the scoreboard had they gotten that call right.
Please, trying to get to Brinson. A little bit of holding going on there. They're going to call a penalty. It was Teron Adderley on the coverage. Looked like he had a little bit of jersey there. Trying to keep up with Cameron Brinson. It's official. They will call that pass interference. He had a hand on him. There was no,
but there's no grab there.
Okay.
Wow.
When I initially saw it, I thought there was grabbing.
No,
you definitely see the hand.
Yeah,
you definitely see the hand. But you're right.
I'm not taking any issue with what you said. I'm taking issue with calling that because that's such a minor ticky-tack little thing, and you certainly see more contact between defensive backs and wide receivers. I mean, multiple times, tens of 20 times a game than what you have there, and you get a penalty flag.
For the officials, if you're watching this on playback later on, that's Eric Llewellyn talking about this and not Ben Sinker.
That's fine. I can't do anything to me.
Hayden Cleese able to hit Gabe Carter out of the backfield. Carter catch and run. We're going to call him out of bounds at the 3-yard line. So a big Anderson and Hart first down there. By the way, inside the Esposito lawn and Garden Center red zone where this drive started. Well, actually close to it, but there's Carter. Okay, so it was a touchdown. I saw no.
Okay.
So I never saw someone motion touchdown down there. So okay, Gabe Carter into the end zone.
The replay,
touchdown.
They called him out of bounds there.
So Weston Trawick touchdown. And
snap issue there for McCullough on the extra point.
So extra point attempt is no good. We had a Weston Trawick touchdown. Weston Trawick building, connecting, powering 24/7. Here's a look. We'll go ahead and get a look. See if you see someone mark motion touchdown here. You see the play. You could see he's in. This guy right here, no. No one's signaling touchdown, but clearly he's in. But from our vantage point, I always wait for someone to stick their arms up in the air before I say, touchdown, Wakulla. But I never saw that. So we do have a War Eagle player.
Luis Quintanilla.
Yeah, being helped off the field, limping. Hate to see that for anyone, but especially if it's a kicker, you know. So Wakulla now up 27-9 in this ball game. 7:14 to go in the third quarter. It's a good look at what happened there.
Oh,
that's a trick play. Got pitched right to a Rickards Raider, picked up and brought down. Wow, they tried to get a little tricky down there and it ended up getting a kicker hurt.
In pulling that play out, you're up 18. You kick it, you're up 19. You go for 2, you're up 20.
Eric, look who's kicking. It's a lineman.
I'm okay with that.
I know you are. I'm excited.
He better go at it straight on, too.
Dalton Avery out here to kick this ball off.
Let's do it Lou Groves style. He can't even get it in the tee right now. He's like, Coach, I haven't worked on this.
There he goes. Okay.
Got it. Come on, Lou Groves to that thing. Oh, he's moving over to the side.
There it is, end over end, going to be caught at the 24-yard line. That's Frazier. Frazier out to the 41-yard line. That's where Rickards will start things off. During the conclusion of tonight's game, we'll be highlighting the Barineau Heating and Air play of the game. Barineau Heating and Air, we will always be there for you. Looking forward to that. A lot of candidates already, but could be something that reveals itself in the next quarter and a half before this ball game's over. The Raiders start this drive off at their own 41-yard line. Henry. Incomplete. There was some tight coverage there, maybe a little too tight. See some laundry on the field. And they march this off against Wakulla.
I mean, we've got to be over 20 penalties in this game by now.
Ball now at the 44-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Raiders. Henry hands the ball at the Battles. Looks like he'll mark him a yard up the field, so 2nd and 9. Henry to Battles again. Battles met in the backfield. Marcus Gardner and company bring him down for a loss.
There's nothing doing there for Rickards. Not a lot of room for Battles to navigate.
Loss of 2 on the play. 3rd and 11 for Rickards. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Battles in the backfield next to Henry. Henry rolls to the right. Looking downfield, hits the receiver, completed. Nope, they'll call that incomplete.
Yeah.
So 4th down. Chris Turner and the punt team will come out for Rickards. Cameron Brinson will be back to return the kick for Wakulla. And play is blown dead.
Timeout Rickards.
Don't forget next week, 7 p.m. kickoff right here on CW, Lincoln versus Leon. As of this broadcast, both teams are undefeated. This matchup definitely means the most that it has in years. Leon is having a fantastic season. Lincoln as well. So don't forget, next Friday night, 7 o'clock, we'll have that game for you right here from Gene Cox Stadium. All right, so once again, Chris Turner and the punt team come out for the Raiders. Cameron Brinson back at his own 15-yard line to field the punt. Oh, snap to the up man. That's Battles. Nothing doing though. Wakulla all over that. No gain on the play. Turnover on downs. War Eagles not fooled by that fake punt attempt.
Yeah, you get up around the 50-yard line. Teams are going to go into punt safe. Makes it much more difficult to get one over on a team in that type of situation. And Wakulla was not fooled by that fake punt.
Let's credit Derek Davis on that tackle. Nice job. Able to bring Camarion Battles down. No gain on the fake punt attempt. Looks like a timeout on the field. When Wakulla brings their offense out, they'll start this drive. Very good field position at their own 46-yard line. Fakes the handoff to Carter. Feeling the pressure and brought down. Huge play for the Raiders.
That was Kenyon Garner. They were trying to go screen there, and Rickards did a fantastic job of sniffing that out. Jalen Wiggins, rather than taking the welcoming path up the field to get to the quarterback there, provided by the offensive lineman, broke off, covered the back, coming out of the backfield for the screen, and that's what led to Cleese having to eat that football.
So that was an 11-yard loss on the sack. Cleese that time handed off to Carter. Carter able to gain a couple yards.
This time it was Terrence Coleman. And had an assist on that from Xavion Jackson.
So 3rd and 19 now for the War Eagles. 10 seconds on the play clock. Wakulla still hasn't gotten out of their huddle. 5 seconds on the play clock. And Wakulla will burn a timeout to fend off the delay of game penalty. Emily Peters on the sidelines. What you got for us?
Well, we got to give some credit to one of the defensive guys for the Rickards Raiders. He's out there right now. It's Jalen Wiggins. You guys are going to see on your screen a photo that Coach Lewis took back in January, and he said, I took a photo. I didn't realize it was so viral, but it did. He was at a basketball game. We were playing Godby, our biggest rival, and earlier in the day he was working out with me. He had baseball practice, and then there he was sitting at the game with his teammates all around him, his friends, and he had a laptop out. He had textbooks around him, and he was doing homework. Guys, you just don't see that often. He's such a rare kid. You guys have mentioned his grades. He has a numerous amount of Power 5 schools looking at him, and Coach Lewis is just so proud of the kid he is. He said, I know wherever he decides to go to college, he will be the same amazing kid that he always has been.
Great. Thank you, Emily. Great story. So third and 19. Cleese feeling the pressure, brought down once again by Rickards.
Everybody getting in on the sack attack this series. Samontre Paramore on the sack that time.
Jalen Wiggins was also over there. Get another good look at this. Wiggins from the outside. Paramore. Basically no place for Cleese to go. So fourth down. Owen Cleese will come out to boot the ball away. Marion Battles back to return the punt. Last second Raider checks in. Ball will bounce. Battles will step away from it. Roll down to 30-yard line is where the initial touch was made of the ball. Where Rickards will start things off in the third quarter, down 27-9 to Wakulla. Benjamin Henry setting up with Camarion Battles in the backfield. Henry, rusher in his face, gets the ball off the Battles. Battles going to try to get back to the line of scrimmage, not able to get there. Heck of a job by a couple of War Eagles to bring him down for a loss.
And again, we saw Rickards do a good job against the screen. This time it's Wakulla doing a good job against the screen.
Credit Brendan Burton and Devontae Roberts with the tackles for loss of 4 yards, 5 yards on that play. Battles takes the handoff. Able to get about a yard before he's sent out of bounds.
Well, he's getting that ball, and then he's got 3 Wakulla defenders to contend with immediately. Did a good job just to avoid a negative play on that one.
3rd and 14 for the Raiders. Oh, a little hard count there.
It's going to be on Wakulla for offsides.
Now 3rd and 9 from the Raiders' 31-yard line. Henry. Incomplete pass.
Yeah, there's contact there at the end, inconsequential to the play. The ball was already past the receiver. Henry overthrew the intended on that one. Quentin Lewis is out on the field, and he's hot. I think he's just had enough of what he has seen tonight from this officiating crew. And again, that if that's what he's arguing about, that contact's after that ball's already gone by the receiver. But I do think you've also got some frustration boiling over from Quentin Lewis because he doesn't feel that this has been a well-officiated ball game by any stretch.
Cameron Brinson back at his own 43-yard line to return the punt.
Well, and
yeah,
that's just a bad snap, and
Turner didn't think he was going to be able to get the kickoff before the rush got there, so he tried to do something with it. We've seen snap issues throughout the night for Rickards, and came back to hurt him there. Wakulla's going to take over at their, let's see, at the 24-yard line of the Raiders.
Yeah, he was low snap, and then he was bobbling it, so even he didn't even really get a chance to make a judgment call on whether he's kicking that one or not because he's got a bobble going on. Can't kick it if you don't have it under control.
Hayden Cleese and the War Eagles offense come back out on the field. It's Carter in motion. Cleese rolls to his left. And pass a little bit low. Falls incomplete. Hayden Cleese over talking to head coach Scott Cleese.
Wakulla not in any kind of hurry, understandably. 18-point lead, and they'll take advantage of all the play clock they can.
3 seconds on the play clock. Please. Completed pass. Devontae Roberts catches it for a 5-yard gain. Ball now going to be placed inside of the Esposito Lawn and Garden Center red zone. Esposito is the area's most progressive garden center. Please. Out to his right. Trying to connect with Brinson, not able to make the catch.
Tried to go with a little pump fake there. Rickards didn't bite on it. So Cleese had to find another receiver elsewhere.
Offense will stay on the field on this 4th down. 4th and 5. Play clock down to 2. Wakulla will call a timeout. Okay, well, let's go ahead and take a moment to talk to Emily Peters about the Wakulla wide receiver unit. Emily.
Yeah, they seem to find most of their success by throwing the ball. And I spoke with offensive line coach Trey Pettis, and he said, I don't get to see them too much when they're away from the field, but I wanted to know what the dynamic was like having 3 receivers so talented as they are. And he said, I think that they're best friends. They push each other to be better, but they also have each other's backs. If one of them isn't having their best game or drops a pass, you don't hear them getting onto each other saying, hey, come on, get it together. They're telling each other, don't worry, man, I got your back. And it's special to see, especially when you have 3 guys as talented as they are, willing to learn each other and support each other.
Thank you, Emily. That was Hayden Cleese trying to get the ball to one of those receivers. That was Delvin Sanders, but not able to make that connection. Rickards able to tip the ball away. Big 4th down play for the defense, able to get the ball. 1st and 10 from their own 19-yard line. Minute and a half to go in this 3rd quarter. Henry. No. Incomplete. Trying to get the ball to Frazier. Frazier comes up limping a little bit. He's going to stay out there. 2nd and 10. Henry. Carter's in on him. Wisely throws the ball away. Penalty in the secondary, close to the midfield there.
Chris Turner got held up there. That's where that ball was. Henry was trying to go with that ball, but Turner got held up. You got flags from both sides of that play, seeing the same foul.
So Henry feeling the pressure from Gabe Carter, throws the ball deep downfield, but it's like they're going to call, as you said, some sort of flag on the secondary. Officials talking things over. Face mask on Rickards.
It's offsetting.
So the offset will have 2nd and 10.
2nd down, 2nd and 10.
Ball at Rickards' 19-yard line. 1:20 to go in the 3rd quarter. Henry hands to Battles. Battles able to get out to the outside. Gets a 1st down out to the 45, 50, and out of bounds. Heck of a run by Kamarian Battles. 25 yards on the gain. Anderson and Hart, 1st down for the Raiders.
So now you get the ball across midfield here. A little more room to operate than you had back there at the 20.
Beg your pardon, that's a 35-yard gain. Henry gets the ball to Battles. Battles is hit as soon as he catches the ball. Gabe Carter all over him. That'll be a loss right there. Let's see where they're going to place that. So at least a 5-yard loss. Let's see. Yep, we'll call it 5 yards on the loss. Second and 15 ball now into back in Rickards territory at their own 49. Almost an interception, a deflected pass. It's Devontae Roberts on the coverage there. He's the one that tipped the ball. Almost intercepted on the ricochet there by 19, Brady Jackson. So 3rd down and 15 to go for the Rickards Raiders. 24 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Henry. Incomplete.
Bring up 4th down. 4th and 16.
So bring up a 4th and 15. 19 seconds to go. In the 3rd quarter, Chris Turner will come back out with the punt team. Eric, I think I can guarantee something. There will not be a fake punt on this play. I think they might have learned their lesson from the last time out.
I'm sure they'd be happy if they just got the snap back to the punter this time.
End over end. Good angle, though.
Oh, that's
inside the 10.
That ends up being a very good punt for Chris Turner and Rickards.
They're going to call that at the 6-yard line. Heck of a job. 11 seconds to go in this 3rd quarter.
I believe we're right about the 1 hour mark of the 3rd quarter. I looked back, the contentious call over the tip ball and the interception that was then called a no play was more than 30 minutes ago.
Oh, wow. So Wakulla will start this drive at their own 6-yard line. Hayden Cleese with Gabe Carter next to him in the backfield. Carter gets the handoff, gets to the edge, out to the 15, 20, 25, 28-yard line where he's wrestled out of bounds.
Number 7,
3 seconds left in the quarter.
This quarter does not want to end. They're actually bringing this one back.
Oh,
flag down. Flag's at about the 14. Haven't seen a signal by the official yet, head referee, but the umpire is walking off a penalty against Wakulla here. So looks like it's going to be holding in a spot foul. And you're going to go half the distance then from the 14. And it is now, you get the signal for holding. So that'll take it back to the 7, which actually is very close to the original line of scrimmage. Basically, it ends up being 1st and 10 all over again.
This might be the final play of the 3rd quarter.
Come on. It's not going to happen.
Handoff. Is he going to make it, folks? One man to beat him. Able to finally get him down. That's Gabe Carter on the long run. Finally gets brought down about the 19-yard line.
Well, Jackson chased him down. Adderley had an angle on him. So either way, one of those two was going to make the stop.
We'll go ahead and set the break. Get your 4 fingers up in the air. Come back for the 4th quarter on the Barineau Heating and Air Friday Night Rivals presented by Walk-On Sports Bistreaux. Getting ready to start the fourth quarter from Gene Cox Stadium in Tallahassee, Florida. After a 74-yard run by Gabe Carter, Wakulla will have a 1st and 10 inside the Esposito Lawn and Garden Center red zone. And the play will not happen. Looks like they were a little premature with snapping the ball there, so they'll go ahead and reset the clock to 12 minutes. So 1st and 10, Hayden Cleese with Gabe Carter next to him. Carter will take the handoff, get through the line to the 15, to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown! Gabe Carter, 19-yard touchdown run after a 74-yard run to end the third quarter. Weston Trawick touchdown. Weston Trawick building, connecting, powering 24/7.
Shakes off that tackle in the backfield. Another one after he crosses the line. A third one at the 10-yard line. 4th, 5th. Good piece of running there.
Offense will stay on the field, so go for 2. I don't know if this is because of the Quintanilla injury from earlier. We'll call up 33-9. Cleese rolls to his right. Sees receiver, hits receiver, conversion good. Cleese to Cameron Brinson. Oh, I take it back. I thought it was 6. It was actually number 5. Cleese to Devontae Roberts for the 2-point conversion. 35-9 your score.
Wakulla going for 2 there, likely due to the injury to their kicker earlier in this ball game. Luis Quintanilla, who was helped off the field.
Good job. Cleese getting the ball to Roberts for the 2-pointer. Here's your awards for you. Kickoff. End over end. Going to be fielded at the 26-yard line. Having some trouble. Able to hold on to it is Frazier. Frazier out to the 35. Out of bounds at the 36. And there's some tumbling on the sideline. I believe that was Emily that got taken out there. Hopefully she's okay. She's back up.
Good job, Emily. Hit seemed maybe a tad late.
Maybe a tad bit late, yeah.
But no flags.
She's good. All right, Emily. So the Raiders will start off at their own 35-yard line. Down 35-9, 11:43 to go in the fourth quarter. Looks like we have a new quarterback in the game. Handoff. Marion Wilson in at quarterback. So they're going to take a little bit of time to help out the fallen Raider. Actually, he's getting up. That's slowly getting up. He's up to his feet. Good to see.
Garner. Left ankle or left knee as he limps off.
Kind of looks like you coming up the stands up to the press box.
Or walking anywhere else for that matter.
2-yard gain.
It's not the ankle, though, in my case. Definitely the knee.
Wilson will keep the ball run out of bounds at the 38-yard line. Short gain will be 3rd down from there. Marion Wilson is a senior. He's got 5 wide receivers to choose from on this play. 3rd and 6. Ball at his own 39-yard line. There's a snap, feeling some pressure, going to keep the ball. Going to get the first down, still on his feet, all the way down to the 40, to the 35, and down at the 32-yard line of Marion Wilson. Heck of a run.
Great job on that one by Wilson, making something happen there. Breaking a couple of tackles along the way.
24 yards on the Barber's Best Termite and Pest first down run. Got some speed. Look at that.
Not a whole lot of thickness there, but he's what the kids would call narrow.
Ultimately brought down by Tanner Lanier. First and 10 for the Raiders at the Wakulla 33-yard line. Wilson feeling some pressure, rolls to the right. He's a lefty.
Wow.
Able to make the completion. Still on his feet is Chris Turner. Chris Turner all the way down to the 24-yard line.
Good job there, rolling out to his right to try to avoid pressure, but he had more pressure there. Stop and throw. Some extracurricular activities after the whistle.
Flag down.
Oh, he almost slipped and fell, too. Good job recovering on that.
So they'll call a personal foul penalty on both teams.
Yep.
Looks like it was after the play had ended, so they'll keep the ball down there. Ball will be spotted at the Wakulla 28-yard line to be third and a yard from there. Wilson going to keep the ball. We'll get a first down and more. Down to the 15, brought down at about the 12-yard line. Marion Wilson gets the ball into the Esposito's Lawn and Garden Center red zone, and a big Barber's Best Termite and Pest first down.
Certainly he's come in and a little spark to that Rickards offense. Lots of speed and evasiveness. Oh. And there's the snap problems again.
Carlise Mercer able to fall down on the ball and retain possession for Rickards. Loss of about 4 on that play, second down. Wilson. In the middle of the field trying to get the ball to Frazier. Frazier comes up. Looks like he's feeling a little bit. Ball up there on 16. Wilson to the end zone. 50-50 ball. Touchdown Raiders.
Great adjustment by Phillip Stewart to come down with that catch on the toss by Marion Wilson.
19-yard Wilson touchdown pass. Weston Trawick touchdown. Weston Trawick building, connecting, powering 24/7.
Throw it up in the corner, and in this case, that receiver's the one who's looking. He's able to make the adjustment on it. Stop, come back, and make the catch.
Menjivar comes out for the extra point. The lefty's kick is blocked.
Well, the kicks have been low from him all night.
So your score now, Wakulla 35, Rickards 15. Go ahead and send it to break. It's the Barineau Heating and Air Friday Night Rivals presented by Walk-On Sports Bistreaux. Welcome back to Gene Cox Stadium. It's the Friday Night Rivals presented by Walk-On Sports Bistreaux. Wakulla leading this contest 35-15. Let's go ahead and take a look at tonight's Barineau Heating and Air play of the game. Barineau Heating and Air, we will always be there for you. Get a look at this. Gabe Carter. No one can bring him down, able to get into the end zone. 5 defenders had a shot. None of them were able to bring him down until he put 6 points on the board for the War Eagles.
Yeah, it's just a great run there, well deserving of that honor here tonight.
Always entertaining Rickards band. There's Nehemiah Chandler back with Cameron Brinson to return this Irving Menjivar Awards for You kickoff. Awards for you. Encourage, recognize, celebrate. Short kick hits at the 30. Chandler picks it up, able to fall ahead for a few yards. Emily Peters, I think you have some information to tell us about the Wakulla War Eagles offensive line. Am I correct?
You are correct. They are back out there for Wakulla, and I mentioned before that they find a lot of success in the pass game. Well, tonight they have also done really well in the running game, and you have to credit that to the O-line. I spoke with their coach, Trey Pettis, and they call themselves the Union. That's because they don't get their names in the paper. They aren't often talked about or given a ton of credit to, but they are your blue-nosed, hard-working guys that are just out there just like a union. So they've really adopted that identity, and they've taken it and run with it.
Great, thank you, Emily. And Gabe Carter, once again, a huge run. He's got to have close to 200 yards rushing tonight. He's had some big plays. Another Barber's best termite and pest first down.
Might he be a candidate for something else tonight?
I'd say for sure he's a candidate. There's a lot of them on this Wakulla team, that's for sure. Great look there, Gabe Carter. Again, coming into tonight, I mean, I didn't even put stats in here because he had less than 10 carries coming into tonight, and done a heck of a job as their starting running back tonight. Done a great job for the War Eagles. Speaking of a great job there by Jacoby Gilbert knocking down that Hayden Cleese pass.
Raiders fan, let's give a big cheer for the Raiders cheerleaders.
Down 20 with about 8:52 to play. Still good effort going on out there by Rickards. Wakulla certainly not taking their foot off the gas here.
Carter met at the line. That was a good job to get a couple yards out of that run. Ball just outside of the 20-yard line. And third down from there. Cleese. Ball intercepted. Heck of a job out to the 20. Out of bounds about the 25-yard line. Heck of a play by the defender.
Really athletic pickoff there by Xavion Jackson. Had to go high in the air to pick that one off, and then he hung on to it, and that is now the first interception of the season thrown by Cleves. We had one earlier that still haven't quite figured out what happened on. That was waved off. But coming into the game tonight, Cleves had thrown 130 passes without an interception and had 24 touchdowns to no interceptions coming into this game.
So they'll have Xavier Jackson's, let's see, the spot of him coming out of bounds is about the 26-yard line. Wilson, hands off.
That snap looked like it rolled back.
Yep, he's able to grab it.
Marion Wilson.
Hand off to Carlise Mercer. They'll credit him with 2 yards on the gain, second down. Left-hander's pass, not able to hit the intended receiver. That was Chris Turner. And third down.
I'm sensing a little thing against lefties. Seem to, left-hander's pass, he says.
It's just different from what we've seen tonight. That's all. Okay. Like just pointed out.
Just watching. You got a lefty in the booth with you.
Third down. The lefty's pass is complete for a first down and more. Out to the 50, 45, and still on his feet. Ultimately brought down at the 36-yard line of Wakulla. Huge play. Phillip Stewart on the catch and run. Get a good look here at the end of the run.
Love the Top Gun move.
That's right.
The brakes, they'll fly right by.
All right, Wilson brought down for loss. Herschel Blackman back there to make the sack. Ball now all the way back to the 45-yard line, loss of 9 on the play.
Line side, not a whole lot Wilson can do in that situation.
Blackman coming in tonight with 4 sacks. That's number 5. Wilson feeling some pressure. Little screen pass. Catch and run. That was Mercer again out of the backfield. Ball now at the Wakulla 40-yard line. 3rd and 14 from there. Wilson. Receiver fell down, incomplete. Bring up a 4th down. Offense will stay on the field for the Raiders. So water break on the field. Let's go ahead and send it to break as well. Your score, Wakulla 35, Rickards 15. It's Barineau Heating and Air Friday Night Rivals presented by Walk-On Sports Bistreaux. Let's relive the Walk-On Sports Bistreaux drive of the game. Walk-On Sports Bistreaux, game day with a taste of Louisiana. This was Wakulla's first drive of the ball game. Get a good look at Gabe Carter, Hayden Cleese, Delvin Sanders. He gone. Great catch and run, Cleese to Delvin Sanders. Put Wakulla ahead in this ball game 7-0 at that point. Now ahead 35-15.
Shot of the full moon here tonight.
All right. So Rickards has a 4th and 14 at the Wakulla 40-yard line. A lot of 4s there. Wilson, quarterback. Feeling some pressure, firing the ball deep downfield. Little bit of contact. Ball is caught. Touchdown Raiders!
Wow.
Xavier Jackson on the 40-yard touchdown pass.
It's a great throw. You mentioned contact there, and Wakulla wondering why there wasn't an offensive pass interference call.
Marion Wilson. Weston Trawick touchdown. Weston Trawick building, connecting, powering 24/7. There's the contact.
I think that's just you're getting feet tangled up, and sometimes it happens.
Yeah, I wasn't saying that there's anything wrong. Yeah.
I'm just saying that the reason there's no flag there is that the feet just got tangled up, and that's, you see that a lot, and there's no flag that should be thrown in that situation.
Once again, a bad snap, but able to be placed on the field. Menjivar's extra point is through. 35-22 is now your score. 5:41 to go in this 4th quarter. Tell you what, Wilson's got quite an arm.
Yeah.
Got some legs too.
Quite a spark he's put in this offense since coming into the game for starter Benjamin Henry. So you're down 2 touchdowns here, 13 points. I don't think you want an onside kick in this situation. Your defense has been doing a good job. You've still got a couple of timeouts to go. I think you probably, Wakulla thinks that there's going to be an onside kick. I think you probably kick this one deep and let your defense get the ball back for you.
Here's the awards for you. Kickoff. Menjivar gets a good leg into it and into the end zone. Yeah, you don't want, it's tough, you got guys like Cameron Brinson and Nehemiah Chandler back there. They're both dangerous guys, so do what you can to keep the ball from either one of those guys trying to return a kick.
Yeah, definitely. Now, if you get a stop here and you get another touchdown on the board, then you might want to think about an onside kick. but I do think that it was a little bit early to try it there with 5:41 left in the fourth quarter.
Hayden Cleese with Gabe Carter in the backfield. Carter will take the handoff and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Wakulla taking their time.
Thomas on the carry. A gain of 1. Bring up second down. 2nd and 9.
Down below 5 before they snap this in all likelihood.
Please. Hits his receiver. That's Chandler. That's a first down out of bounds at the 31-yard line, 32-yard line actually. So first down. Barber's best termite and pest. First down. Cleese to Chandler. Sanders gets the handoff there, but he's going to be knocked down for a loss of 2 on the play.
Douglas Jones getting into the backfield there on the jet sweep, blowing that play up. Rickards will use one of their timeouts, leaves them with 1. Stops it with 4:40 to play.
2nd and 12 for Wakulla. Cleese fakes the handoff, going deep downfield. Oh, almost pulled in by Sammer Brinson.
Yeah, nice diving attempt there. Just couldn't pull it all the way in. Looked like he was going to come up with it, and then once he got to the ground, ball stayed on the turf. That's a pretty throw, too.
Bring up 3rd down, 3rd and 12. Follow Wakulla's 30-yard line. Please. Screen is set up. Oh! Gabe Carter gets hit hard. Still manages to get close to the first down sticks.
Miles Dugans with the initial hit. Carter actually went forward after that hit by Dugans.
So they'll spot that a little more than a yard shy of the first down. War Eagles offense staying on the field. Four minutes to go in this contest. Play clock at 5.
I think they're going to take the delay and then punt it.
Yep. Exactly what you called, Eric.
Well, they definitely looked like they weren't going to run a play after they didn't get Rickards jump off sides. There was no timeout to call there, so it's the only logical conclusion to come to on that one. They're not going to punt it, though. So
yeah,
go for it.
Offense stays on the field. 4th and 6 now. 4th and 7, actually.
I'm not sure this. Huh.
Play clock is at 7. Hayden Cleese feeling the pressure. Brought down. A huge play for the Raiders.
That's a big stop for Rickards. Good field position now inside their opponent's 40-yard line.
Taking care of a little pest control here in the booth.
That doesn't mean he was hitting me.
Wow. Rickards comes up huge.
I'm not sure about that choice in that particular situation. You've got 4th and 6. You weren't willing to run a play at 4th and 1.
Right, you take your penalty.
Take the 5 and then you go for it. I don't understand that at all.
Wilson will hand the ball off. gain of a yard.
Number 60 on the tackle.
That was Mercer on the carry again.
On the rush, number 11. That's down, 2nd and 9.
Rickards going to be in a bit of a hurry here. Still got a timeout left.
Wilson, protection, incomplete.
Pass is incomplete. Third down.
That was Philip Stewart, the intended receiver.
Jeremiah Thomas thought was almost had that one time to step in front of it, and if he does, he's take that one to the house, but quite have the timing he needed.
Marion Wilson feeling the pressure. Hit. Going to be a sack, loss of a yard. 4th and 11 coming up. Less than 3 minutes to go in this ball game. Rickards down 35-22. Looking at the signals on the sidelines. 20 seconds to go on the play clock. Game clock still ticking down. Wilson, 4th down play, feeling the pressure. And going to be brought down for another big sack by the Wakulla War Eagles defense.
I don't know that Rickards was totally on the same page offensively as a unit in that one.
Let's credit Marcus Gardner and Herschel Blackman, among others, back there to bring Wilson down for the sack. Wakulla will start this drive at their own 45-yard line. Hayden Cleese hands it off to Gabe Carter. Carter met and brought down for a gain of about 2 on the play.
Rickards still has a timeout, and at this point, I don't know Quentin Lewis will bother to use it.
Now, less than 2 minutes to go in this ball game.
If he doesn't use the timeout, a first down by Wakulla will pretty much end this game.
Cleese will hand to Carter again. Carter is in space, able to get down to the 34-yard line where he goes out of bounds. Another Barber's Best Termite and Pest first down for the War Eagles. Wish we had someone taking stats for us, because he's got to be 200 yards total offense for Gabe Carter tonight. Actually bringing this ball back.
Now there's a penalty. It's like a holding call on Wakulla. They'll mark it from the spot.
Ball all the way back to Wakulla's, the Wakulla's 41-yard line. So it'll be a 2nd and 14 from there.
So they can snap this one with less than a minute to go in the game. And now they're in a position where they don't need to get a first down.
And the play is whistled dead. Flag on the play. Offsides on Rickards. From McCullough's 46-yard line. Sanders in motion. He will get the ball. Runs out of bounds just past midfield. 39 seconds to go. 3rd and 4 from the Rickards 49-yard line.
Should be, or could be, the last play of the game.
Sanders in motion. He will get the ball again. Gets through the line. Going to be about 2 yards shy of the first down.
They do not have to snap the ball again. And it looks like they will be content not to.
Clock ticks off. Less than 10 seconds to go. Gene Cox Stadium in Tallahassee, Florida. Your final score: Wakulla 35, Rickards 22. If you're wondering, tonight's Barineau Heating and Air Player of the Game is Wakulla running back Gabe Carter. 2 touchdowns tonight. Gotta be 200+ yards of total offense from him. Making a play there on defense. I think he was out selling popcorn at halftime too. He was all over the place tonight. Heck of a job, Gabe Carter. Tonight's Barineau Heating and Air Player of the Game, Wakulla War Eagles. So we'll go ahead and send a break. When we come back, we will have presentation of the Friday Night Rivals trophy. It's the Barineau Heating and Air Friday Night Rivals presented by Walk-On Sports Bistreaux. Welcome back to Gene Cox Stadium in Tallahassee, Florida. Your final score: Wakulla 35, Rickards 22. She took one of the biggest hits tonight, but she's down there. Emily Peters with the victorious Wakulla War Eagles.
Ben, I'm feeling victorious after that one too, but for the second time, Wakulla is the Barineau Heating and Air Friday Night Rivals presented by Walk-On Sports Bistreaux champions. Congratulations, Coach, and congratulations.
I love you, Mama.
Wakulla very excited to be the Friday Night Rivals trophy winners tonight. We will be back here on the CW next Friday night, 7 o'clock kickoff. It's the Leon Lions taking on the Lincoln Trojans. Looking forward to that one. That's the first time in years that this has been a matchup of a couple of teams that are having sensational seasons. So looking forward to that. So meet us here. There's Gabe Carter, or I'm sorry, Nehemiah Chandler down there. But meet us out here. 7 o'clock will be from Gene Cox Stadium again next Friday night on the CW. So we'll go ahead and let you guys go. Have a great weekend. We'll see you next Friday night on the Barineau Heating and Air Friday Night Rivals presented by Walk-On Sports Bistreaux.